If you don't know the lyrics and you don't sing along at the top of your lungs, I'm judging you. Let's go back to 2009 to one of the greatest movies of all times, Hannah Montana the movie. I was 8 and I was so excited. Every time I watched that opening scene, it gave me so much nostalgia. It brought me back to when I was 8 watching it for the first time and just being so excited. I don't remember if I watched the movie in the movie theaters. I don't remember if the movie was in the movie theaters, but I feel like it was. I don't know. But I do have a memory of being in the couch and being so excited and just singing along to the songs and just being so excited. Hi, what's up? My name is Sofia. I'm wearing a bandana because I didn't bother to do my hair and I wanted to switch up, I wanted to do something different, so I'm doing something different, and I feel like I look like someone that is about to give you your fortune, that is about to read your palm. So I guess that's the vibe for this video. But yeah, I hope you consider to subscribe and follow me on my social media. I've been doing kind of rants recently about shows. I did one about Pretty Little Liars and Criminal Minds, Gossip Girl, and The Vampire Diaries. And yesterday I watched Hannah Montana the movie and I decided to make a video about it because it's just a masterpiece. And I need to talk about it because it gave me so much nostalgia, so many feelings that I just feel like I need to talk about it. And I'm sorry if this angle is a little bit weird. I'm trying to figure out the best time of day to film because I don't have the best camera, I don't have the best lighting. So I'm trying to figure it out, and right now my camera is at the top of my books and I'm kind of leaning into, because if I lean back, so I'm just gonna have a backache after this video. I already talked a little bit about the opening scene, which is amazing. I love it. So the movie begins with a Hannah Montana concert. Miley couldn't get in and then she kind of stalls a golf cart and then she gets into a concert, and then the whole concert, which ends up being kind of like they were filming a music video or something. And then she goes into like a tent and there is her manager, I guess, and they're talking. And then this creepy guy named Oswald, fucking creep, that, I don't know, maybe I guess that's just how it is in, I'm not a celebrity, so I don't know how things go, but I guess it's kind of common because he even went to fucking Tennessee I didn't write down the name of the town, but he even went there because Lily told him that Hannah lives there, Hannah's from there, so. But what a freaking creep. And I find out that Natalia Dyer from Stranger Things, she plays Nancy. She is in the film. She is one of the daughters of Oswald. I figured that out like at the end of the movie, and I was like, that girl seems really similar, and it's fucking Nancy from Stranger Things. Talking about actors that were in that film, Jan from The Office, she plays Laureline, and like she's kind of like the love interest for Miley's dad. She's in the film. Like, I literally, the first time they showed Laureline, I was like, I know her. Who is she? And then I kind of Googled it and it was Jan. This is so crazy. When I was younger, I wanted to be Hannah Montana, Miley Stewart, be a normal, regular girl, and then at night being a freaking pop star. That was my dream when I was younger, and I wanted to be one so bad. But now that I think about it, like looking at the movie, and I'm gonna watch the show as soon as I finished rewatching The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and That's So Raven, I'm gonna watch the show again. But now that I'm watching it as a 20-year-old, I realized that I don't want it. I mean, I wouldn't mind to be famous, but being in high school and have that double life, I don't think it's the best thing. It's just really, really stressful, to be honest. and I don't want that life anymore. Like either I'm a regular person or maybe I'm famous or slightly famous, you know what I mean? But just have that double life, I don't want it. She can have it. Then the movie goes forward when it's Lily's birthday and Miley sort of forgets about it and she goes and buys some shoes. Also, Tyra Banks is in this movie. I totally forgot about that. And she's in the movie and they get into like a shoe fight. All of that happened during Lily's birthday, and also Jackson, he's going off to college. So she totally forget about everything, and she definitely put Hannah above her family and friends. Lily obviously gets angry, especially because when Miley goes to the party, she goes as Hannah because I mean Oswald was following them. So it makes sense why Miley went as Hannah. Like I understand Miley's action, but when I was younger, I was like, Lily's so ungrateful, so inconsiderate, so inconsiderate, so unconsiderate. I don't know how to say that word. But I remember being on Miley's side and not understanding Lily's, being like, you have a pop star best friend, like, that is enough. But now I understand Lily, I understand where she's coming from, and I'm on her side. I would be annoyed if my best friend forgets my birthday, or you know, a day that is supposed to be about me, that is supposed to be about Lily's, ends up being about Hannah. And I see her point, and like it's not entirely Miley's fault because you know it's her life and she has to deal with those things that it comes from the job. But then like Miley is supposed to go to New York because Hannah has I don't know, something about like some awards, some performance, and it's her grandma's birthday, so they already had a trip planned to go to Tennessee, be with her grandma because it's her birthday. And she thinks she's going to New York, but then at the end, when she arrives in Tennessee, and she get off the plane, thinks it's New York City, and she's
Hello, New York!
When I went to New York, I was 15, and I remembered, I was like, I need to do this. I didn't do it because at 15 I was a little bit too self-conscious and too insecure, but I remember I did it in my head, okay? I did it in my head. I just love that scene. So that is iconic. That scene is iconic. And her just, you know, a lot of cows, and because she's in the countryside. And I need to mention that it was kind of irresponsible for her dad to just leave her in the middle of the road. Like I understand they're in her hometown and everything, but still it's kind of irresponsible, but whatever. Hannah Montana definitely gave me a freaking attitude. I feel like the attitude that I have, it definitely came from Hannah Montana. Hannah Montana was my icon, everything to me when I was younger, so my attitude literally comes from her. So then we made Travis. I didn't have a crush on Travis when I watched the movie. I've never been into cowboys or just anything countryside. I'm a city girl. I really don't like the countryside, so I didn't really have a crush on him. But yesterday when I was watching the film, I was like, he's cute. Totally missed that out when I watched it for the first time at the age of 8. So we met the family, really nice. I like everyone. The dude with the rat, or whatever the name of that animal is. I know the name in Spanish, I don't know the name in English, but that dude is really creepy. But the montage of Miley when the chicken's trying to get some egg, that was hilarious, and I really love that one. Honestly, about the grandma, I love her so much. I remember when I was younger, she was too much of like my grandma, so I was like, didn't really like her because she reminded me too much of my grandma, and like not in like the most positive way, more like you know, like, oh, you gotta be with family and stuff, you know. And like I said, I had a very Hannah attitude, so I didn't really like her grandma growing up, but right now I love her grandma. She's amazing, and I love how she defends her town to death. Like she voices her opinion. She's all about, this is my town and I'm gonna defend it, and we love to see it. Oh, about Lorelai. Personally, I didn't really like Lorelai. I don't know. I feel like she was too whatever. She wasn't really that important or interesting in my opinion. Oh, and Taylor Swift is also in this movie. I did know that at the time. I did. I'm not that uncultured. I did know that. Learning the choreography was my life purpose. I learned that choreography like my life depending on it. That one and the handshake from The Parent Trap, I practiced that way too many times. Like I was in school on recess and I was just with my friends trying to learn the choreography because our life depending on it basically. And I still know it to this day. And of course, I'm gonna flex about that. When I was watching it and the scene was about to come in, I literally get up from my bed and I did the whole choreography, and I think I repeated that like 3 times because I was so surprised that I still know it to this day. So I guess I do have something to flex about. So then Lily and Hannah's manager, whatever, she goes to the town because they to like do like a concert or something. Lily being Hannah Montana honestly was kind of like a mood, and especially when Travis is like talking to Hannah like, oh yeah, I want to ask Miley out, and Miley obviously being Hannah being like, oh yeah, totally, do it. The date when Travis was also the same date that Hannah was supposed to meet with the mayor, was it? That scene, just that whole montage was chaotic and I love it. It's cringy, but I love it. It's really, really chaotic with, you know, Miley changing from Hannah to back to herself and going to the date with Travis and then having to go back and just all the time leaving, finding excuses. Oh, and the rat escaping from the dude's pocket and just going off to everyone. It's just that scene is hilarious. I love it, but I hate it because that ends with Miley being Miley taking off her wig, and there's this little girl. The little girl is the protagonist of this movie, okay? She is just this cute little angel, and they're at the door and the girl like looks at Miley taking off her wig, and just that scene haunts me to this day. It hurts me. I wanted to cry so bad when I saw it. It's just her pain, the pain in her eyes when she saw that it was a wig. You know that Miley is Hannah Montana, that Hannah Montana technically doesn't exist. And then Travis sees that Miley is Hannah Montana. It just kills me, dude. Although I don't really understand why he was so mad. I think he was more like disappointed because she didn't tell him, she wasn't honest with him, so I guess that's why. And well, the date wasn't exactly successful, so, but yeah, I guess he was disappointed at her because she wasn't being honest. Anyway, so that part was really kind of sad. Then Hannah Montana has to do the concert, and the power of her taking off the wig in the middle of the concert because she's like, I can't lie anymore, and she takes it off, and just the gasp. This is me at 8 years old. No way. I was devastated. I was like, no freaking way that this is happening. And I was starting getting a little bit of a breakdown when I was 8 because I was like, she's not supposed to take off her wig. Now what is gonna happen? People are gonna tell the secret, and no one did. The fact that the whole town kept the secret because the little girl was like, we're not gonna tell your secret, put the wig again, we're not gonna tell anyone. And the fact that the town never told a soul. I need people like that in my life. Those are the people that I need. Why don't I have friends like that? Where do I find people like that? I need people as loyal as them. Where can I find them? That was amazing. The fact that they didn't tell a freaking soul, and just everything at the end. Obviously it's a Disney movie, so there's happy ending. And there's Oswald like, oh, I'm gonna tell people blah 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 blah, and he doesn't tell anyone because Hannah's manager managed to give his two daughters tickets to the concert, free tickets. So the girls were like, oh my god, no daddy, don't do it. And he's like, oh, I won't do it. And then they're like screaming because it's Hannah Montana. And thanks to the movie, we got the greatest song of all times, The Climb. That is my favorite song from Miley Cyrus. To this day, still, I jam to that song like it came out yesterday. That's the song that I jam to in the car, pretending that it's a music video. So yeah, and then at the end everything works out, obviously. I loved watching this movie. It's really amazing to watch movies that you watched when you were a kid, because you see everything so different, and as much as you might watch them and you're like, this is a little bit cringe, which is happening to me while rewatching The Suite Life of Zack and Cody, like a few things are really cringy. It's still, you know, it's very nostalgic, and it's like you're watching it for the first time again, and like you're back to when you were a kid and watching them, and I think it's really amazing. I definitely want to make a video about Hannah Montana, the show, but that's gonna take me a while because I need to finish The Suite Life of Zack and Cody and That's So Raven. I'm also watching Community and Dawson's Creek. Hi, if you've watched Community, can you please let me know if it's actually worth watching, because I watched the first episode and it was so boring. And I don't know if I actually gave it another chance. When I watched The Office for the first time, the first episode wasn't my favorite, and it took me a few episodes to actually get into it the first time. Now that I've rewatched it many times, obviously it's amazing, one of the greatest shows ever, comedy wise. But can you please let me know if Community is actually worth watching, because so, and The Office. So I I'm gonna need a little bit of time to actually watch the show and then make a video about it. But yeah, so yeah, I think this is all for the video. Let me know if you enjoyed it. Let me know. We all know that there's the team Jesse and Jake on the show, but let's make it a little bit more difficult. So are you team Jesse, Jake, or Travis? Let me know. I'm personally team Jesse. I'm a sucker for brunettes. Dark hair guys, dude, they kill me. So I'm team Jesse. But Travis is not too bad, honestly. I think I prefer Travis before Jake, but let me know down below whose side are you on, and give it a like if you enjoyed this video. Consider to subscribe, that would really help me out. Also turn post notifications so you won't miss out whenever I make my Hannah Montana rant, review, whatever you want to call it. So follow me on my social media if you want to keep up with me, and yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.